This is the Millennial Diaries. I'm your host, Kayla.
I'm your host, Rachel.
So let's just dive right in. You ready for that?
For sure.
Or maybe we should start with our introduction, like who we are.
Yes.
So my name is Kayla. I have definitely been aspiring to create a podcast for a very, very, very long time, but because of my nerves, I've just been too uncomfortable to step out there and just do it. But here I am now.
Yes. So, again, I'm Rachel. I'm a dancer, cheerleader, choreographer, coach. I'm a creative, and my friend Kayla here, as she mentioned, she wanted to start a podcast. Ran the idea by me, and I said, "Of course, let's do it." So here we are.
Why not?
Why not?
Because it's the perfect time. We are in this social media age, I feel like, and it's just why not capitalize? Especially because we have the personality for it anyway. So why not tap into it? So this first episode we really wanted to talk about started off with talking about expectations, which is a major part to why it took me so long to even really get out there and do this in the first place. So when it comes to expectations as a black woman, I feel like there's just so much weight on us to be perfect in every way. It's always uncomfortable to show up as us. And then I guess, and this is making it even worse because now I'm putting myself out there even more to be judged more. But
it's all good. It's all
good.
good.
I wanted the support and I got it.
Yeah.
So why not?
Right.
Tap
why
into
not?
It.
So I think to your point, I know we are talking about just expectations, like you mentioned. And yeah, when you try to do something, you want to do it, but you're just oh, well, are people going to support? Are people going to like it? You're just too. What are they going to say? You're too concerned sometimes about other people's opinions and the expectations that they have of you. So I'm really proud of you for just being bump that,
I don't know if I said bump that though. I still feel like I'm I don't know.
Well, we're getting our feet wet. We sticking our little pinky toe in.
Let's see it. And let's see how it goes. I feel like I'm cute enough to be on camera.
That's facts. No lies told. No lies told.
So when we talking about expectations as a black woman, I just feel like we can't have our downtime. We always have to be tip top in shape, no matter what. So this brings me back to even when I did go to school and I wanted to major in fashion. And my mom was like, absolutely not. Not a black girl majoring in fashion. You need to do something with intellect. You have to be smart and present yourself in a way where it's not always me.
Yeah.
I feel like it took me until I'm almost 30 to tap into who the real Kayla. And for so long I feel like I've been shadowing myself behind an image of what I feel like would be acceptable, in our community almost.
I feel that.
I've never, yes, I'm dark skinned, but I feel and maybe I am hard on myself for even being dark skinned because I feel like I have to be a certain way. I have to speak a certain way. I have to always dress and look a certain way. I can't be me. I can't relax. And I've been wanting to create a podcast where it can be an open journal for other women who feel like they're always so scripted by society.
Yeah.
And society views. Yeah. Or even our parents.
There's a lot of expectations on women. People in general, but I feel you. We're obviously black women, so we're just going to talk from what we know. But this podcast is definitely for everybody. But no, I definitely feel like there's a lot of expectations on black women. You always have to be, like you said, on point. You always have to be strong. You can't show emotion. If you do show emotion, you have an attitude. You're automatically angry. It's no. We are just picked apart. I feel like, I'm not going to say the most because this is not that. We're not about to.
I feel like the most.
I feel like the most, but
the most by
I
far.
digress. But I definitely think it's we inspire so much just in the world throughout history. It's just come on, y'all. Release these expectations of us. Just let us be.
And maybe we need to release the expectations that we set upon ourselves. And maybe that could be the starting point to kind of, I guess tapping into being okay with who we are and what we bring to the table.
Yeah.
Versus, like kind of our mother said that we should be like this. Our father said we should be like this. And kind of like, yeah, we got that in the back of our head, but still being able to, like really be okay with what we have. Like, yes, we're both educated, but at the same time, like, we can still speak,
Ebonics. Before they hit record, we was over here talking all type of slang.
Well, no, she was talking all types of slang. I was speaking in a proper manner, as always. But no, I feel like that's always how I have to be. Like,
and you don't. Like, why do you feel you have to be that way? Like, especially because I think to your point of we have to let go of these expectations. We have to get to the how, we have to get to the where. Like, where did these expectations come from? Because, yes, they are from sometimes our family and our loved ones. But like we said, society and just how the world is, like, they just expect a black woman to be a certain way. And you literally get taught that from a young age. And it's just ingrained in you to act a certain way, like, depending on how you grow up, who took care of you, your environment. So, I mean, I feel like you got to get to that to get to how to release it.
And you know what?
It's different for everybody.
Even hearing you speak about that, it just made me think of that whole, like, pick me type of thing.
What does that mean?
Like, pick me, like, ooh, I'm next. And I feel like in order to be up next, or for someone to pick me, I have to be a certain way. I can't be black.
No, girl, you're already picked. We're already picked because we're black.
Sure.
Okay, girl.
But I just feel like, even though I feel like everyone has like a certain level of confidence within themselves until you're out there.
That's facts. Even with me.
Like, even with this podcast, like, I have wrote a million things in my phone. Like, I've been thinking about this for years, like over 4 years before it was popular. But out of fear of, because I can have all the confidence in the world in myself, but then when I'm thinking about other people, like, are they going to laugh at my humor? Am I going to be cute enough? Especially now that I'm short, rocking that.
You funny and you're adorable. So, girl, when you told me, girl, you better, yes. They're going to love it. They're going to eat this up. Somebody going to fuck with it. Yeah, we could cuss on here. Somebody going to fuck with it.
Can we?
Girl, that's our shit. I have a potty mouth. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes. But, yeah, no.
But no.
Fuck it. It says it. Fuck it.
Opposites attract, though. Because I feel like we're going to be an equal balance throughout this, because I can be super uptight. Like,
girl, me. I'm like,
no.
So, Kayla, I'm uptight.
Never,
I'm so uptight.
Not on the level of my uptight.
Okay.
Like, I am, but I literally feel like I place all that based off of how I was raised. A lady should be seen, not heard. Like, so I should command attention based off of what I look like walking through a room versus me being loud. But then they also associate a black woman being loud with being ghetto.
Right, and that's not always the case.
Which is why it was so hard for me to find my voice in the first place, because I didn't want to outspeak or out-talk someone else or be labeled as that angry black woman.
That resonates.
It's super easy to fall into that area, though. Like, one little... And it's just like, but I'm not having a good day, or I'm on my menstrual. Give me some grace.
Or you on some bullshit. And yes, that's my reaction. Like, what? Like, no, I feel that.
But I just feel like I'm not always going to be perfect. But even like with this podcast, I feel like it's going to make a way for people to kind of be okay with their flaws and all. Like, just be who you are and tap into that. Like,
yeah, I like how we're in a time in society where people are more accepting of just all of that within themselves. Just relax. It's not that deep, you know?
And at the same time, we not, though. We really not, because I'm thinking about BBLs and the amount of surgery. Like, if we decided to tap out of this and become plastic surgeons today, like, our money would be crazy.
Man, I wouldn't even want to give people that, because you really do have to go through like a psychological evaluation. I would like, I'm so we're not gonna get canceled on the first episode.
Oh, why not?
We're not gonna get into the healthcare industry or like that, but yeah, I don't know. That's a touchy subject. We'll table that. But I do like, back to my point, I do like how people are more relaxed. Some people sometimes are more relaxed and comfortable with themselves. So we're going to segue. You know what helps me relax sometimes? Wine. So today we have wine from Lamont Avenue. I think that's how you pronounce it. Is that how you pronounce it? Lamont Avenue. Yes.
And it's delicious.
It's so good.
What's the percentage on it?
Do they have 12% by volume.
Ooh, 12% in a wine?
It's produced and bottled by a winery, the Lamont Avenue Winery here in Cleveland, Ohio. So shout out to them. Thanks for the party supply today. We couldn't even wait to start the episode to open the bottle.
It's really good,
It's so good.
It's so good.
And this is not a paid sponsorship. We just wanted to shout them out.
Or it could be paid.
It could be paid one day if y'all let them know that. But follow them, support. You know, we support black businesses. Some black businesses, not all. Just go. All skin folk ain't kin folk. Don't. We not gonna. Tell me I'm lying. I'm not. But support.
Okay, so can we talk about that real quick?
Yes, this is our shit. This is our show.
I feel like, as a black person, not even a woman, we can be a little too hard on us. Which makes me think about why it was so hard for me to do this. Like, we can be hard, and I don't feel like we have been granted the same opportunities as, like, different counterparts amongst our age group. Like,
that's facts.
They've had the education. They've watched other people run a business, right, and they've had people to talk to. Like, I went and got a master's degree and I can't even use it, and I'm going back to school because I didn't have anyone to say, what am I supposed to do if I'm trying to do this?
Right.
So a lot of times when a black person has a business, it's they're the first person in their generation, in their family, sometimes, to do this. So, and I feel like we put so much weight on them as like a chain restaurant. Okay. And we say like the service was bad and they had an attitude. Yeah. And I feel that, and I definitely want to put my money where I know I'm going to be appreciated and respected. Right. But at the same time, I feel like sometimes we got to bend a little bit.
That's a good point. I appreciate that perspective because I'm like, you know, with me, there's a spectrum and there's a balance. So I agree and then I disagree. Okay. So I agree because, yes, you know, we can be very hard on them. To your point, sometimes we are very critical of our own people when it comes to them providing services and products and us being consumers. That I'm not going to deny because, you know, that's just facts.
I'm not going to lie. I refuse to get my nails done by somebody black.
I'm not going to cap. There was one girl that does my nails, and you know who you are, Letitia. I miss you wherever you are in the world. But yeah, no, I like to get my nails done by people who aren't. But to my point, and I don't know if really the city that I grew up in, Cleveland Heights, shout out to the Heights, I have a jaded view because there are people of other descents who actually want to see me win and do good and actually provide opportunities and help and resources to me when people that look like me did not. So it's like I agree with you to some perspective, but to some perspective, like, no, like I don't just support people just because they're black and just because they look like me or just because they're a woman. Like I support you if your business is lucrative. I support you if you are giving back to the community and helping the world in some way and doing right by people. Like I'm big on integrity and being ethical and moral. So that's really where, if I'm going to be a consumer and spend my dollar, that's what I'm loyal to rather than somebody look like me or not.
And I feel you there.
But
I feel like the importance of the black dollar is like extreme.
It is. We need that
for
that
like
generational
our
wealth.
Future, yes. Like, and it sucks because, and granted, I'm not white, but I feel like something happens in the white community, they don't typically blast that business and say, don't you guys support this? Not usually.
So, yeah, sometimes they do.
However,
if it's about animals, if it's about animals, they go,
shut up. However, with us, let them do one thing wrong. Let them mess up on a drink. And I feel like sometimes, yes, sometimes we do try and fix it. And sometimes we like, no, you ain't order it right. You ain't do it right.
Yeah.
Which is okay. But we be real quick to be like, nope, I'm done.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not supporting them no more. I'm not going back.
Or another thing that I feel like we do a lot is even with the whole I'm not gonna support you because I'm trying to do it.
Oh, that's not cool.
And that, I think that's rooted in trauma in itself.
Oh yeah.
Like, I feel like it's
crabs in a barrel.
Exactly. Like, I can't advance if you advance.
And I think that's so goofy because I think if you collab, everybody wins.
Could grow together.
Most of the time. Sometimes you gotta be a little, I am not sharing with anyone. But most of the time, if you actually collaborate with people and you work with your resources and be like a team player, like everybody wins most of the time.
I mean, and then we can have that perspective and like talk amongst our friends about stuff like that. But if we just being real, like starting stuff, like starting a podcast, like putting yourself out there, even with me, like starting this whole like stylist business, it has not been easy, mainly because I don't have enough like faith in myself. But also on the backside, I think about like my people aren't, and yes, I feel like we're in this time where supporting black businesses is cool. It's right cool now. It's cool right now. But at the same time, it's still a struggle. Mm-hmm. It's still a struggle to really like, I don't even know. Like, it's a struggle to put yourself out there because we've been talking about since we started talking, is the fact of how hard it is to really get that support.
That's true. That's actually a great segue into our next topic. We doing this. Okay, so like community support, some more support from your community.
And we said when we were starting this that we wanted to shout people out. Right. And like not for free, yes, but like shout black businesses out in hopes, and I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I'm gonna give some because we want to receive some as well, because we want people to shout us out too, because we just up and coming. But like on a serious note, like having that support and having people say like we believe in you can take people to a different level, and I think that's what I've been missing. Mm-hmm. And no, I'm not gonna say like the people that's close to me don't say like, girl, if you got so much personality, just get out there and do it. But at the same time, yeah, her for sure, but she got all the personality, not me. Okay, but it's still a struggle. It's still such a struggle with knowing whether or not it's going to work. And then my whole thing is, if it doesn't work, then you know how we be. Like, you shouldn't have never did that. No
Man, I don't know. My faith, like, I was telling the young lady that I helped coach, like, I got the faith of a mustard seed. Like, you literally just need that little bit. Like, if I want something, it's going to get done. I'm going to get it. I'm going to achieve it. Like, that's just literally how my life has been. I don't know why, but if you really like want something and you are confident and you believe in yourself and you have that faith, that unwavering faith, and you do not put your like faith into the opposite of what you want, you
but
really
how
will
do
get
you
it.
Choose that?
What?
How do you choose confidence?
It's a choice. It's a choice. Like I have my days where I just be like, all right, I don't want to be around nobody. I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't really know if that's a confidence thing or just like my social meter. I like to be by myself. I really get overwhelmed. It's that Leo. We'll get into zodiacs another day. We're both Leos, by the way, too. July and August. So whatever that means, we hope y'all don't tune out. But yeah, like I just really believe in myself. Like, even you can ask my parents, because we know each other through our parents. Mm-hmm. Like, you can ask my dad. I just told my dad the other day, it's like, dude, you act like I don't get what I want. And not in like a spoiled way, but in you provided me with the resources and tools that I need to believe in myself. You provided me with a village to help me believe in myself. So that, I think for me and just my upbringing, that's how I'm able to do that. Like, I just literally believe. Like, my grandmother, my mother's mother, she was really on like speak what you want, make a goal, a vision board. Like, I was making vision boards when I was like 10, didn't even know what I was doing. I was like, I want to go to Disney World. Went to Disney World twice. Like, you really, it's the new word is manifest, but I've been doing this my entire life. So that's just my take on it. You can get what you want. You just have to believe, and then half the battle is really putting in the work. Like, saying it and doing it is two different things. Doing it really isn't that hard. Kayla was like, I want to start a podcast. She told me, what did I do? Oh, my friend in the community is a resource. He has a podcast. Well,
let's go back to it's really not that hard. It is. It is that hard. It is hard to get in front of a camera and like really talk and do your thing. I always said it's so weird when people get in front of their cameras and like talk into it. It's not easy. It's not easy to do something like this.
That's true.
And it does take a certain level of support, and like even hearing like your grandmother and your father and your mom all like pouring into you, and maybe that's what I was kind of missing. No, don't get me wrong, like my mom and my grandmother are like my ride or dies, like for sure.
Shout out to y'all. Hey, it's Andrea McNeil. Hey, girl.
Actually, get it right, it's Mrs. Jewett.
Yes, Miss Jewett.
Now.
I am so sorry. Her mom lit, y'all. Her mom. We're not gonna talk about it. All right.
I's married now.
Both our moms is lit. I's married now. Yes, ma'am.
But no, on some real like having, but you know what I guess I'm like equating like support more so with my friends, because my friends are going to be watching this. Yes, my mom is definitely my cheerleader. Like, she literally took a picture of my face, printed it out, put it on like this little stick, and when I was graduating, she had passed it out to like my family. So when I was getting off the stage, it was everybody had like pictures.
Yes,
of me.
as they should.
Now, but that's my mom.
Yeah.
Like, I almost feel like that's what she's supposed to do.
I feel that.
So that's what I'm expecting. So that's not really what I'm tapping into when I'm talking about support. I'm talking about from my friends. Like the people who look on my page all the time but don't like nothing. Like that, I guess that's when I'm really like tapping into, like, it's like, why y'all just looking? Am I doing right? But like you said, like, I shouldn't be measuring me to that, but I do.
Because they're looking at the end of the day. They're looking. And sometimes friends not gonna support everything. Sometimes friends got stuff going on. But I look at it as you took the time to look at it. I mean, granted, I know that's not really too much of nothing.
Did you look?
That's not really too much of nothing nowadays because we all got our phone. But you took the time to look at it, so I know you saw it. I'm going to just take that as support. Like, I had to really learn how to take things from people and decode it for a way that would be okay for me to accept. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, you could have a connection with somebody, like, say a sibling or something. Well, I know you know. Okay.
I got siblings.
You got
my
siblings.
dad had about 50 kids on his side.
So, you know what I'm saying? Just like take a sibling connection, for example. Y'all may really be cool for real, like when it comes to certain things, but certain things you may not be cool. And the way they present how their displeasure to you can really be off-putting. But you got to take that as, you know what? My sibling's saying, I love you. I'm not messing with how this is going in your life or how you're trying to attempt to do this. I think you should do better, or that's beneath you. That's low vibrational. You just got to take it and decode it.
Did you say low vibration?
Yeah, we're high vibrations over here, girl.
I don't know. My plate coming up in a few weeks gonna look real low. I'm gonna look real ratchet.
Girl, we got to eat out here. We don't want no beef coach.
No, I want the beef. I want smoke. I want it all. Because what in the world was that?
It was just a bite for people to talk about, just like how we talk about right now.
She did what she was supposed to do. She wanted a viral moment and she got it. But anyways, let's get back to us because it is about us.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to take what people do and either, that's disrespect and that goes against my boundary. Oh. Little Miss Boundary. Or you got to take it and because you care so much about this person and maybe what they think or like just that relationship is important to you, you have to take whatever they say and decode that message so that it's okay for you. Because if not, like, you just going to be sorry at what they said and it's going to sit with you and they're not going to care.
It's going to affect you being able to step out there and do what you really
and believe in
do.
yourself.
Exactly.
So that's a little cheat code that I learned a few years ago.
Okay. So what are we going to segue into now, Miss Rach?
Is it the boundaries?
Nah, we need to talk about executing. Like, how do you get to the point where you execute? Like, to the point where, okay, so I came to you, and I'm like, look, I want to start a podcast.
I miss Get It Done.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm Little Miss Get It Done.
Okay, so wait. So I'm Little Miss, I'm going to plan it. Okay. I'm going to plan it. I'm going to sit on it. I'm going to let it marinate, and then I'm never going to cook it.
I like to eat, so she got to get cooked. Like,
I'm going to plan it. I'm going to say exactly what I want to do. I'm going to map it out. I mean, I promise you, I'm going to write it down and talk about all the details. And then right when it's time to put it in the oven, I'm going to put it back in the freezer. I don't know why.
But see, you see how you know that that's what you good at, and I know how. Like I'm good at planning to certain extent.
And maybe it was intentional in the first place for me reaching out to you anyway.
Because you could have reached out to anybody, Kayla.
Anybody. anybody.
What did I say? Oh, that's a good idea. I know exactly who to call.
Rachel has 30 jobs. She has 30, and I don't know how the heck she's doing them all, but somehow she's doing
and everything. I get my sleep.
And then she added me to her schedule to do this.
You know how? All right. You know how? Boundaries and getting my sleep and telling people no.
No. What do that look like?
I mean, I don't know because I don't get told no, but I would tell people no.
Well, I like that. You know what? Since we've been talking about like being a black woman
and executing,
I just want to like tap off real quick. I love the fact that you said that. I don't get told no. Because as a black woman, I feel like we always get told no.
What are you telling me no for?
We should live in privilege. We should live in privilege. Like all the time. All right.
I don't know what that means. You can we can
we
talk. It's not like
can we like
I need to fix my shoulders.
Break out.
We got like 3 minutes. Okay, we got like 5 minutes left. So did we?
Well, wait. We got 5 minutes left for what?
For this episode.
Dang, we talked this much.
Yeah.
Oh, let me fix you.
Oh, that's what it was. I'm like, you can speak because. Thank you.
It's okay. We can always edit. That's the point of this. Thanks. I feel free now.
Okay.
After I didn't spill the liquor all on my legs.
And now we're back. So, yeah. So executing, like you just have to get it done, and you got to know your strengths and your weaknesses. Like you know who to call.
So. My pastor, I'm not gonna shout him out right now just because I don't know how crazy I might get on here and I don't want nobody tagging him. But my pastor
That's real.
would say like, if you're not smart enough, make sure you hire someone else who is smarter, and that makes you smart.
Yes,
the fact that you have everyone else in your circle that you may not be able to do what they can do, and they can't do what you can do.
Exactly.
But it's like power in finding a team.
Yes, that's literally what I went to school for, like in business. So I went to school for business administration, human resource management, and healthcare administration.
Oh, fancy.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just a businesswoman. But what they taught me was like, you're the leader. You're on the C-suite. You're the CEO, the COO, the CMO, whatever, the CIO. You don't have to be the expert. You have to know how to lead and inspire and motivate. And then you find the people who are experts at accounting, at communications, at whatever the different functions of the business you need, you know what I'm saying, marketing, whatever, operations, and then you hire those experts, and then you make sure that you know how to read data and analyze data, because you can't be getting played out your money, but you have to know how to inspire people and motivate people. So that, like, I think that ties in with execution. Like, you don't have to be the pro, but you got to know how to lead and inspire and hire the right people.
You have to be humble enough to say,
I don't know everything.
Yes.
Period.
And that, I feel like that's another thing that I can just keep taking back to the fact of being a black woman, is being able to, I always say, bow out gracefully. That's not easy for us. Like, we are strong.
Southern comfort, yeah.
Like, we are strong, and we always have to be strong. So, like, saying, this not my area, it's a level of strength in that a lot of people don't even realize.
That is facts. I'm big on that. I know my lanes, and if it ain't my lane, I know.
And a lot of women don't know that. Like, they be trying to, I'm the man.
We'll get into that another day. So what else do you have to say about expectations before we wrap it up?
Expectations.
Oh, no. Sorry, not executing. I'm sorry.
Well, but we can still, like, it's all...
Circle it back.
Yeah. Okay. So even with expectations...
We love a good circle back.
Kind of just, like, throwing them away, right?
Period.
Throwing the expectations away, because I feel like we get our expectations based off of other people. Mm-hmm. We don't get our expectations based off of us. Mm-hmm. Like, a lot of times I made moves based on what I thought would make my mom proud, what would make my grandmother proud, not what would make me proud. Mm-hmm. Like, I would have been a fashion major had I idea what I wanted to do.
I did exactly what I wanted to, and I still made my parents proud. They were studying me, but I was like, trust me, I know what I'm doing.
Why are you embarrassing me in front of everybody?
I'm sorry, but that's that fucking in me. That's that fucking in me.
What is? Shut the heck up. So, but I definitely want to double back, because I'm like eventually getting to it.
Yeah.
So now I like have styles of symmetry, and I'm definitely tapping into that, even from like my page and like my business page. Like, you can see me kind of getting out of this little shell.
Okay, because when you turned 30, was that your 30th birthday shoot?
Not gonna talk about that.
Where can they follow you at, Kayla?
Lovely. Lovely underscore KM.
Say hey, babe.
Why are people calling me? I definitely
people. That's not people.
Well, pause.
All right. I'm gonna shut up.
Pause because my phone was definitely on airplane mode. This is nothing but God.
I'm gonna get to you, girl.
Because how? Because how are you getting through? Okay. Anyways, we gonna go back. Okay. Let's get serious. Yes. Where can people follow you?
I'm on Instagram at Miss Evans, MISSEVANS __. I am on Facebook and LinkedIn as Rachel Evans, RACHAEL.
Why you just get so fancy?
EVANS, because
I'm on LinkedIn too.
Yeah, I'm on LinkedIn.
Just look
you don't need to follow me on Twitter.
No, follow me on all that. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter. If you can give me a good job where I can make like $100,000 a year for 2 hours and it's remote, then definitely reach out to me on LinkedIn. But nothing lower than that.
But most importantly, we are the Millennial Diaries podcast. So where can you guys follow us? You can follow us at.
Come on.
I don't know we made it. We just made it.
We definitely have our Instagram is Millennial Diaries, Millennial _ Diaries podcast. However, on Twitter, it was a little weird. So our Twitter is Millennial or Millennial. But we'll have that information.
It'll be at the bottom of the screen probably somewhere. So just follow us on social media. You can email us.
And remember I said the wine was 12%?
Yes.
Like, give us some grace.
And shout out
It's a grace moment.
One more time, shout out to La Lamont Avenue Winery for the wine and for Candy Dog Closets.
Oh.
Located in Cleveland Heights for my outfit today.
So I guess I shouldn't have shout out Fashion Nova. Yeah.
The outfit's cute. We don't...
But it's all Fashion Nova.
All right. So we'll see y'all next time.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you.